Hello, beautiful strangers, and welcome back to another episode of Myth. When last we left off, good old Meto here was losing his mind and wishing somebody would tell him he's fine. Haha, memories. Yeah, but, you know, as I said, he's not doing well. He is not doing well, which is unfortunate, I guess. But it's interesting, which isn't really, that's probably enough. Anyway, enough stalling. In case you were vaguely at all curious, I have not beaten Dark Souls 1. Yay, I've started Dark Souls 2. It's not quite as enjoyable at the beginning, like the, 30, 45 minutes that I've played of it as I enjoyed Dark Souls 1, but it's still not bad. But I'll see, I'll have more of an opinion on it once I get to, play it more. And after I beat Dark Souls 2, I can move on to Bloodborne, which is a great game. And I'm also, I have some Earl Grey mead, which is actually pretty good. Do recommend if you like that sort of thing. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? Yeah. It was getting late. I was tired, but it's not like I had anything else to do. I guess I'd get up a bit later than usual tomorrow. Hi, good morning. That's an image. Morning. Yo. Oh wait, he said that normally. Right. I greeted everyone, then sat down. Here's breakfast. Breakfast? I wanted to burst out laughing. I've been waiting for this. So howled. It was like she wanted to stuff her face with food. I held back my laughter. Are you really going to eat like that? Gonna stuff your face with food? I couldn't hold back my laughter, though. It was too funny. Bodily jokes like that, I mean. It was absolute nonsense. Ito-san, that's funny. Hey, that's not funny, just watch. It seemed like I made her angry. I'm sorry. She was serious. She was determined to show me otherwise. I was interested, though. I wanted to see how she'd eat. Although I felt like the way she ate was always pretty fascinating. So how do you plan on eating like that? Please, show me. Show me that new, profound way of eating you've discovered. Just watch. She took something out from under the table. It was her head. She placed what she took out into her mouth. Yeah, it's delish. This is insane. What are you doing? This is some unsolved mystery shit. Or Factor 5. After chewing on it, she gulped down what she picked up, and it proceeded to fall back onto the floor. It was your esophagus. It just fell right under the floor. The chewed up food seeped into the floor. Shut the fuck up. I kicked Shimon's head. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. I stopped kicking her after that. Isn't that hysterical, though? Yes. Don't you want to end up like so? I really do. You don't deserve it. I started to kick her again. Kick. I think your head's about to snap off. Kick. Keep going. Don't stop. So encouraged me. Kick. Your head needs to go. Get. Her head was surprisingly solid, and my toes were beginning to get sore. I kept on kicking her head, though, all because I wanted to. Whoa, is her neck gonna snap? Is it gonna? Fuck off. He shoots, he scores. So, out of the house. Dunk. right into the pond. The hell's wrong with you? I couldn't kick Shimon's head off. I did manage to make it sit at a 90-degree angle, though. Oh well. Man, that hurts. My right foot was in pain. I'd kicked her head a bit too much. I regretted that a little bit. But... Hello? Hello? Ibiki showed up. Hey, Ibiki, where are you? I can't see you. The hell are you? Right here? Yep. Oh, there. She must have been right in front of me on the gravel road or thereabouts. When'd you get to be so stealthy? I want to be all stealthy like that. It's great, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It really is. Teach me how to do it. I want to know how to do that too. I want to hide from everyone and do whatever I want to them. That's strange. You want me to teach you? Yes, I really, really want you to teach me. Like, right now. Ibiki began to think for a moment. You want me to teach you no matter what? Yeah, please. What should I do? I could understand why she was hesitant. But you couldn't just teach anyone how to hide like that. I won't force you if you don't want to teach me. I'm so kind. I'm so great. I would have forced her earlier. That's strange, isn't it? Because I'll fucking kick your ass if you don't. Not that. I'm different. What should I do? She said the exact same thing as before. Isn't that strange? Too strange. That ain't it. I'm a pro jokester. It's a secret to everybody. Can you keep a promise? Fuck. I don't even really like Zelda all that much. I don't. I've only beaten one Zelda game. I don't like Zelda all that much. I'm sorry. It's kind of funny because I'm a big RPG fan. I've not played a ton of RPGs because of reasons, but I love RPGs and I don't like Zelda much. I'm sorry. Don't hit me. Yes. Will you pinky swear? Yeah. I pinky swore with nothing. And I'll teach you. I'm only going to do this once, so pay attention. All right. I looked around. I had no idea where she was. I kept watching, but I had no idea how she did that. Yeah, I don't get it. Do it again. Oh, hey, you're already gone. Show me your jokes. I lay around on the veranda after dinner. I think I need to take a drink after that. Wow, that is genuinely really, really nice. It's not quite as sweet as the meat I had, like the trad that I had. It's which is good because I don't like sweet as meat, and it has a nice little hints of Earl Grey underneath the more apparent flavor of honey. It's quite nice. It is quite nice. Do recommend. It's also bottled like near-ish to me, I think within like 50 miles of where I live. Something like that. Like, and the honey is local as well. The honey is from that area. So it's pretty cool. So comfy. So comfy. So comfy. So, I said fuck off. He shoots, he scores, right in the pond. The rest repeats. Oh, it's another world scene. It's been a bit since we've gotten one of those. Myth, Day 14, Loss of Identity. Good morning. Morning. From a distance, morning. It didn't matter where the fuck we were. Shimon, where's breakfast? One moment. Piece of shit. I kicked her head. Her head went from a 90-degree angle to a 95-degree angle. Ha! Dangly parts. What's wrong, Meito-san? How'd you make breakfast? How the hell could you make breakfast here? Something's fishy. Oh, like this. She took out our side dishes from inside her body. I get it. I don't mean everything's warm, too. But stuff keeps sticking to our sides. What does? Her entrails. So-san, be quiet. Her face was beet red. Okay, sure. She was so cute. Shimon, based on her logic, she probably meant that the side dishes she kept in her sides, not a pun, were embarrassing to show us because her entrails were clinging to them. She's so damn cute. Literally cooked rare. Really was. It was a bloody mess. I still ate it though. How is it? How is it? Is it Echo? It's good. What? It's good. It's really good. I shouted at the heavens. It's good. It's really good. I repeated myself. Man, there's no beating real meat. Meito-san? Shimon seemed so happy. I guess it wasn't really like me to praise people like that. Yeah, it really wasn't. At least back when I was in my own world. Fuck you. Huh? Yeah, that kinda hurt doing that. Trying to do that. Ow. Her head was now at a 100-degree angle. She made it to 3 digits. That ain't right. Well, whatever. It's funny. Let's all play together. What do you want to do? Let's play catch. I took the ball in one hand. Here we go. And threw it at Shimon. What? She managed to catch it. So-san. Next up was So. Whoa, this ball's pretty dang heavy. And then Hibiki. You're still hiding? Ow. The ball was So's head. I had a lettuce. So was getting ahead of herself. Maybe she could give me head. Okay, enough of the head jokes. I'm sick of them now. Time for bed. Good night. I said good night, but not to anyone in particular. I could feel Shimon. Or rather, I felt her insides. You caught me. The heck are you doing? This is my room. No, this is Hibiki-chan's house. I looked around. She was right. Alright then. Yes, it's alright. A bunch of stuff's gonna get all over me now if I slept with her. Whatever. Good night. Good night. Good night. Teach me how to truncated. It was a lively night. Myth, Day 15. Omen. Good morning. Morning was the same as always. I was so sick of thinking. Good morning. Morning. Morning was the same as always. The same morning. A fun morning. But everyone else's bodies were different from mine. Thinking was such a hassle, it seemed. I liked it there. Meito-san. She was serious. Meito. Stop it. Meito-san. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. I think I knew. what they were about to say. They were about to force me to realize it was happening in reality. Of course. I don't want to be like this forever. Same. I need my head back. I want my body. Don't say that. I can't help you. It was fun. You were all so much fun. Then you all suddenly up and eyed. I had no idea what was going on. I wrote things on my notebook so I wouldn't forget. But maybe I should just forget. It hurts. Really, a reality always hurts. So much. But this is the real world and you're all Ed. Mito-san? Hibiki disappeared. Where's So and Hibiki? He left. Where? I guess asking was pointless. I'm leaving soon as well. Shimon began to walk away. Wait. Don't go. Don't leave me. Please save me. What should I do? Where should I go? What voice? Why is this happening to me? I didn't know. I racked my brain about it. I really had no idea. Nothing made sense. Wait for me. Absolute white. Nothingness. It was as though I was overlooking everything that had happened until now. I heard noises and saw grainy images like they were being produced by a broken projector. Those images were nostalgic. They were my memories. But to say that my life was flashing before my eyes would be ridiculous. The reason for that was because they were only memories I'd make in this world. There were no memories before my first meeting with Shimon. None at all. I felt worthless. I had to remember what my world was like, what those unchanging days were like, right? The life I'd lived before, right? That might unravel all these mysteries. If I could just remember. I was so dumb now. How could I have forgotten? Right? I can't I'd forget. Right? Come on, remember. Just remember. The tatami was wet with drool, frayed and torn from him clawing at it. The state of the tatami was what made him realize how ill thought out this reality was. Why? Shadowless? He needed to wake up. He was an exception, after all. A precious, rare exception found in that world bound by so many rules. Remember. I'll make you remember. If you want me to. Come on, already. You better not regret it. I placed a sweater on his back, along with my ray of hope. There was a difference. Pink hair blowing in the man-made wind. That in itself was enough to catch one's attention, but she had a shadow to call her own, a black existence trailing behind her feet. It startled me more than I had expected. It was an oddity to me. She stood before a road that went both right and left. She wondered for a moment before heading down this left side of the road. I pursued her. There wasn't anything in particular I wanted to ask her. It was none of my business if she had a shadow or not. But I followed her anyway, heading in the opposite direction from the one I usually went. The scene before me was unusual. I went to the left this time, the opposite way I usually went. And that road was... road? It couldn't be called a road. It was nothing. It was absolute nothingness. All that lay before me was black. What are you doing? And that was where I found her. The same goes for you. She just stood there. She was dressed in black in that black space, with a black shadow at her feet. You're not supposed to be able to come here. Huh? How did you manage to come here? I just walked with my own 2 feet. That's impossible. Why? Because those feet of yours are merely fiction. What? That's why this doesn't make sense. Explain. Your very being is merely fiction. No one had ever been that rude to me upon first meeting them. You're saying I'm fake? Yes. But I'm moving around on my own. I'm breathing too. How could something that's merely fiction do that? It's impossible. Exactly. So quit it with the crazy talk. Without a script. Huh? It's possible with a script. All you have to do is give your characters defining traits, personality, age, gender, quirks, types of behavior. That's how this world goes round. Myth. A world like you'd find in a book. Inside a book? Yes. Are you right in the head? I love it. Why do you ask me that? Because you're saying I'm fictional? It's the truth. And you still insist that's the case. Explain how I managed to come here then. Isn't that an inconsistency? I couldn't move on my own if I were just some sort of creation. I don't know. You don't have a shadow either. It goes for everyone though. I swept my gaze across the city as I said that to her. No one there had a shadow. All of them had a glassy look in their eyes, gazes cast far into the distance. Special powers, special people are different. People like me. She slowly spun around. Her long shadow followed at her feet. Humanity lost their shadows, is what I've heard. You see, it's kind of haphazard. I don't blame you for not being suspicious of that, though. It really pissed me off hearing her speak like that. It's like she had some kind of far-sighted philosophical insight that I lacked. I can't deny what you're saying. Of course you can't, because it's the truth. I can't deny what you're saying, but that's all. I'm not convinced it's real. How would you ever expect me to believe something like that? How else can you explain that darkness? It can't be the third person? The third person? What? Just follow me. Where are we going? Allow me to show you some proof. She headed back the way we came, to where form actually existed. It's 7:35 a.m. at the present. No, it's not. It's like, never mind. I kid. She looked up at the sky. It's way past 8 a.m. I was already late when I decided to follow her. There was no doubt about the time. I looked at my watch. 7:35 a.m. How? We jump back a few sentences. It's not that startling. Look at that person. That middle-aged man. I always saw him whenever we passed each other. I always saw him when we passed each other at the same time every day. Where do you think he's going? I don't know. Probably work or something. You're wrong. Then where's he going? Watch. Intently, I watched the middle-aged man. He continued to walk, not paying any heed to us. He walked towards the blackness. And nothingness consumed him, and he, too, became just more blackness from before long. His very being is defined as a businessman working for some company. In reality, his role is what he finished once he enters that darkness. That is, until he reappears at 7:35 a.m. the next day. The same applies to the housewives chit-chatting over there, and that student, and... they're all the same. I believe it. Then she looked at me for a moment before asking me the following. You're a student, right? Yeah. Where's your school? Over there. She began to walk towards my school. I followed behind her. This is your school? There's nothing here. Nothing at all. Do you believe me now? I had no choice. Reality had been thrust before me, but why am I able to notice this truth? She said she wasn't sure either. Probably because you're an Einherjar, which is an actual word, and I looked it up. I'm pretty sure it's Einherjar is the pronunciation from when I looked it up. It means, oh god, I think it's a Scandinavian word. I think Nordic. Basically means warrior. It's like warrior. Fuck, I'm gonna have to look it up. Fuck. Oh, it's also a band. Oh yeah, those who fight alone. It's those who have died in battles and fought in Valhalla. And the nightly resurrection and so on and so forth. Right. And the Valkyries bring the mead. Yes. And we're gonna play after I finish recording, okay? Yeah, I promise. Right. Well, that's basically what that means, and it's Einherjar. I'm pretty confident in that. That was the only possibility she had in mind, but I had never heard that word before. Einherjar? People who exist in books. I don't really get it, but I'm the same as you. Similar, but not the same. You're from Asgard. We exist on a plane above Einherjar. Asgard? It's a world where the authors of stories reside. It's the easiest way to explain it, at least. She told me to follow her, and I did just that, but I felt uneasy. You really haven't heard anything from Odin? Odin? An author? Let me rephrase that. Have you ever heard someone speak to you unconscious? Of course not. This was all stuff I was just hearing for the first time. I had never even heard of Odin until a few moments ago. I see. She wore a glum expression on her face as she hung her head. After falling silent for a few moments, she asked me another question. Are you missing your memories? Memories? I don't really follow. I remember me living here. Those are fake. Fake? False memories. You are but a character, but even you would be confused if you lacked memories. That's why you've had false memories implanted into your mind. So all of my memories are fake? What do you remember? I was abandoned by my parents and lived in an institution. I lived on my own once I started going to high school. The rest has just been a blur of repetition. Do you have any memories that stand out? For instance, your end-of-year exams? Huh? What are those? She sighed. Are my memories really fake? Let's put them to the test. Try remembering the names of your friends or what someone from that institution looked like. Nothing came to mind. Nothing at all. No one stood out. Odin's careless like that. Well, I guess there's no point in a supporting role fretting over the details of their memories. Don't call me a supporting role. She really was rude. But why would Odin? Don't ask me that. I answered bluntly. I couldn't deny my own memories because it truly felt real to me. Perhaps that Odin person manipulated them. Oh, whatever. I have to fulfill my role as a Valkyrie since you're here. She called herself a Valkyrie. She proceeded to walk past the chatting wives and sit on the guardrail. Now listen up. Everything I'm about to tell you is the truth, so accept it as such. I should be able to do that. I would have already been freaking out if I couldn't. You live in a world separate from that of myth. A world separate from that as myth. Separate from the authors of myth who reside in Asgard. You should possess a shadow as proof of that, but you don't. Yeah, you're right. I kept looking at the ground, but I had no shadow at my feet. I had always wanted one. There are Einherjar from a world without shadows, but usually shadows are provided to them when they're transported to Myth. Her voice was low. It was like she was whispering to herself. If an Einherjar lacks both body and shadow, they lose sight of themselves, kind of like you. Why do they need both? It would contradict their existence. Existence requires two sides, light and dark, body and shadow. If one is missing, then that existence will lose its very meaning. Okay. All of the people here are just characters. They are pure fiction. They can't act unless the author pens it in the script. You lack a shadow, but you aren't fiction, at least on the surface. How can you prove that? You're talking with me right now proves it, even if that is impossible. Techno characters die if they learn the truth. Wait, they die? Of course, this world is just like a book. Do you really think a character who strays from the pages will continue to have an active role in the story? So, since I was able to stray from the pages without issue, it means that I've had my own will this whole time? It must. Likewise, it proves that you're an Einherjar. Wait, I have no memory of that, though. It's likely because you don't possess a shadow like normal Einherjar do. Memories and will are different things. You're missing your memories, but you still have a will that connects you to your past. She added that it was likely present at a subconscious level, though. So why don't I have a shadow? Probably Odin's work. My role is to guide Einherjar, but it's Odin's job to choose Einherjar and preserve their memories. So allow me to apologize for that. I'll give Odin a piece of my mind once I head back to Asgard. Why could Odin have done something like this? The girl grumbled. I'll just save my complaints for later. I wasn't expecting her to be this much of a stickler, considering her appearance. Einherjar possess their own self even before being placed in Myth. Therefore, it's possible for them to act of their own accord even inside. As I said in the beginning, Einherjar are neither residents of this world or Asgard. They're perfectly pure humans who have been transported to the space. Transported to the space? Metal Gear. Have you never heard of parallel worlds before? Oh god. No, not parallel world theory. What the heck's that? Every action demands a choice to decide on where to go, to decide on what to do. While you might have made a particular choice in this world, worlds exist for various choices you didn't make. How would I ever know that? It doesn't matter if you don't. We do. How? With the support of science beyond fixed standards. That isn't an answer. It'll take a while to get into the details. I'll explain another time. These parallel worlds split apart to an infinitesimal degree, producing a multitude of solitary worlds as a result. I need to take a drink real quick. A world where war didn't occur, or you can go back even further than that. A world where Neanderthals didn't die out. One of those various worlds is the world you came from. I have no idea which one that is, though, because you have no memory of actually being taken away from there. This is crazy. Why would you take people from these parallel worlds and bring them here? There was no point in arguing with her. To prepare for Ragnarok? Ragnarok? RO? I'm kidding. Never played that. I had a friend who played it a bunch in high school, but that was a long time ago. It means you were chosen by a world that can coexist with shadows in order to prepare for Ragnarok. I couldn't figure out what she meant. It was beyond understanding. Wait, coexist with shadows to prepare for Ragnarok? What's that mean? All those parallel worlds will come to an end, and the reason for that end is always the same. They rejected the existence of shadows. They devoted themselves to some sort of being of power and denied the existence of something absolute. That's my theory, at least. It's no different from here. Well, putting aside the fact that the two sides aren't quarreling, then what's this myth? Hey, long exposition episode. Yeah, that'll be fine. A display. In a word, a display directed at the many worlds without shadows. All this was tough to follow. what she was saying was absolutely absurd, but I decided to ask her another question. Then does this world possess shadows? I've never seen them before, and I only know of them because of what I learned in school. Of course, we're going there now, to the world of shadows. What? It's easier to just show it to you rather than explain. Follow me. I'm keeping 2 other Einherjar waiting. There are others? Yes. So that's what she meant by saying I was the third person. Follow me. I had no reason not to follow her after making it this far, so I did. And I think it's not, actually I think it's a decent enough cliffhanger, just a little bit. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to end off this episode. Next time we meet the 2 others, and well, I have a pretty good idea of who they are, and I think you probably do as well. And, well, of course, we're going to get a little bit more into exposition of what exactly is going on. And I am very excited for that. I do love me a good exposition. Well, but that is for next time, and I hope to see you all there.